So generally, it's a Amazon Abdina. In today's world, nobody can spare Amazon for living an easy life. So he's one senior most person who is looking into the security system of Amazon, and I'm very happy to have sir in the midst of us. So he'll be handling classes on cyber security and about all those things in detail for today's class. I thank you so much for accepting our invite, sir. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. Thank you for this introduction, Mr. B.V. Rao. Did I spell it right, or the name is appearing
Yes, sir.
that
Yes,
only in
sir.
the
You're
system?
right, sir. You're right.
Okay. My dear fellow students, I will not explain in too much of details. Neither I'll take so much of heavy things, but I'll go as per the basics because to understand cyber security is like an ocean, and each thing has a different variability in this, and I will like to have more of interactive session rather than I speaking and the other person is listening. We have good amount of, I think, 30 to 40 minutes, right, Mr. Rao? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's start with basic my introduction. I am Dr. Amit and I work for Amazon. And I do things related to investigation and any kind of fraudulent activities is happening across the globe. Um, and now let's begin. I mean, can I see this? Is my slide is visible to everyone? Can some
Yes, sir.
can yeah, okay. Okay. Now, if I'll be asking questions in between as well. I'll start with basic thing. Is it okay, Mr. Rao, if we take it as a interactive one? I mean, rather than just one man show kind of thing.
Definitely, sir. It will be more helpful if the session is
Yeah.
more interactive, also, sir.
Yeah.
So our
So,
students will also be like,
yeah. So if somebody wants to, if I'm asking a question, like I'll start with the question. If somebody wants to answer, whoever is controlling the Zoom meeting, please unmute that person and allow the person to answer. So when I ask, dear friends, what do you mean by cyber? Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of cyber technology? If I talk about cyber technology, what does exactly means?
Something
Basic.
related to computers.
Okay, only computers?
Or any kind of technology or machines.
Um, Cyber is a network. So anything related to the network, electronic networks, it will come under that. It can be telephone. It can be your wireless devices, mobiles, your computer, laptop, or any medium through which we communicate digitally, right? So if I say, suppose if I want to ask, what do you mean by cyber security? Something which is safeguarding your electronic devices, which is on internet and intranet both. Can anybody tell me what is the difference between internet and intranet? It's a basic, very basic thing. Anybody can answer. Yes, no, maybe.
So can you repeat that question?
What is internet and intranet? Okay, leave about
Global
Internet.
com
intranet. What is internet?
Internet is something which the public uses, whereas intranet is something which is used privately.
Exactly. So when a network is confined to a particular building space or have a own network, that is something called as intranet. You might have seen many of the offices have their own email addresses, domains, and everything inside the organization, and they have their own topologies to get connected to one department to other department or one email to another email in form of packet exchanging. the way how the binary codes exchanges or the information gets exchanged. You can see a form in my one of the first slide. You can see 10011. That is the information traveling from one network to another network. Okay, that's a basics one. So if we talk about intranet, it's within the organization. I will not say a building or something. Within the organization or a company, the specific owned network is will be called as intranet. Whereas, yes, somebody said rightly that internet is which is the which is accessible to the public, and most of us use that. Now, there's one thing called as Internet of Thing. So that is something like a global network. It's the same thing what is internet means. So our in today's era, our every each devices are connected with internet or intranet. Now, if somebody is able to manage to get into the network and get a control over it, that is called as breach of security. Like for example, if somebody trespasses your house or trespasses your office, or trespasses your building security, what it will be called as trespassing, unauthorized entry, right? Without an ID card, without a permission, a person sneaks inside the building and do some kind of activity which is a criminal kind of thing. In a similar pattern, if somebody like a hacker or a person who breaches in inside the cyber security and steals your information, destroy your information, or control the entire network, that is something called a cyber attack. So to have it, to prevent this attack, we have to build a security network which protects the system against these cyber criminals. Now, it is cybersecurity is ensures that your data stays safe, private, and it is also known as. Has anybody have heard of something called as infosec?
No, sir.
So InfoSec is something which is looks after the entire information security or information assurance or system assurance. So whatever protects your system, a global form is that what InfoSec is about. It's one of the most common question asked in any of the exam or school colleges you will try to pursue your masters in cybersecurity. What is infosec? Most of you might have worked studied called as network analysis, where you might have read about TCP/IP model and 7-layer model. Am I right? So these all are the basic pillars how the infosec is built up, or cybersecurity is built up. Cybersecurity is something which is like a security guard standing outside your building. In the similar fashion, whatever the protective techniques or strategies which we use, to save our digital information is cyber security. Now, when I talk about what is the focus of cyber security, can anyone explain or give me their understanding what do we mean by these CIA? CIA is the three principles which cybersecurity looks into. That is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Can anyone try?
So for
Sir,
confidentiality, I think it's protecting the information, our own information from
Mhm.
others for being leaked. That is.
Okay. Yes, that's correct. And what about what you call integrity?
oh, sir,
So
is it basically?
integrity is about, yes, sir.
No, go
Hey,
ahead.
sorry, but you continue. You continue. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So integrity is about the data being authentic.
Mhm. Okay, yes, that's correct. What else? So
And
confidentiality is something which your information is kept confined to you, like your email password, you know, uh, security hints if you forget your password, backup email, backup stuff. Just an example. Whereas integrity is something which is authenticate and is authoritative. Whereas availability is something which is available to the user, the owner of that particular thing. So whenever we talk about cybersecurity or the cyber criminals, they attack these three things, because by breaking these three pillars they will be able to get into your system and get your all information which is crucial and important, like your financial details, your bank details, your personal photographs, videos, etc. Whatever is available in the computer system or your mobile phone or any digital device, even the digital watch or the rings which you wear. If they are synced with or connected with your mobile phone or any device which have personal information, can be hacked into through that, and the information can be stolen. So any hacker or any cyber criminal or will use these different kind of social engineering techniques to break into the system to have your personal information. Okay. Any doubt in this? Any confusion in this?
perfect, sir. First with the
So,
following.
so always remember these are the three pillars which person should know when we. So, how do you introduce yourself? You'll introduce your name, your batch, your year, your availability, or your specialty in which you are studying. The similar way, the cyber security get introduced or with the data protection thing. And how data protection is done is through confidentiality. Can anyone tell me the most common way of protecting our information in emails or a phone or any kind of the basic and the most common things which we use to protect our information?
Strong passwords.
Password protect.
That's the old school time technique. I'm talking about new generation people. Give it a try. All of you are using it. Everyone is using. I am 100% sure.
So is it restricting access?
Sorry.
Access
Fingerprint.
management?
Fingerprint, yes. Apart from that,
Two-factor
fingerprint is
authentication.
one. Face recognition is one, but not all computers have face recognition. These are mobile techniques you're telling me. It's a very common thing. How many of you have Amazon account, Gmail account, or Outlook account?
OTPs, sir.
Hmm?
OTPs.
How do you get OTP? What is that called as? What is the entire concept? It's a very common name used. Very common name.
Two-factor authentication.
Sorry?
Authentications are two-factor or multi-factor
Yes.
authentication.
Two-step verification or two-factor verification. Can anyone tell me what is it? You rightly said. This is the most common thing almost everyone is using in their emails, in their e-commerce apps, and any informative exchange medium. They are using it. And even the professors can try. Okay. Can anyone basically tell me what is two-step verification is? What exactly is two-step?
First
What do you
factor
do in that?
verification is about setting a password and putting it. And second factor would be the code which get generated with the trusted phone numbers or email ID which we give.
Devices. So, say for the first factor is the email address where which you need to access.
Uh,
The second factor will be the device where you will get the one-time password or yes or no verification. By that, you will click, then only the system or the phone or the email will be accessible to that device. Rightly said that. So this is the basic most common thing which we use where you don't have to remember the password. All you have to do is that generate a code, and each time you generate a code, then only your email or the ecom app or whatever the communication medium you're using is accessible to you or to different people who wants to access it. That's one kind of most common, most effective, and the security medium which we are using on our day-to-day life. That's correct. So, any other security feature? Can anyone tell me which we are using? Two-step is done. Eye recognition is done. Your finger tip is done. Voice recognition is done. And what else? Strong password is done. Then try. How do you mark your attendance apart from the teachers who are taking in register? How do employees get marked their
Fingerprint
presence?
scanner.
Sorry,
Fingerprint scanner.
exactly, biometrics.
Biometrics, yeah.
So that's also one way which needs to be protected. It can be also breached. If somebody, like for example, I have Mr. Rao's, fingerprints, and then which or the eye lenses with the covers. Won't I be able to access that, and won't I be able to enter inside that? The same kind of thing is used in the uh, cyber breaches in form of decrypted or encrypted codes or different kind of emails which you will be receiving. Can anybody tell me the most common kind of frauds or malware which we use in day-to-day life in our conversation? Most of the common. Everyone might be knowing about it.
uh,
There are only two which most of the people know about it.
it's all about the financial frauds. What is happening, sir?
No. I'm not the stories. I'm talking
Uh,
about the softwares, malwares, or something like that in that line. Can anybody tell me which are the two major scams which are used most commonly as a basics to teach
okay, okay,
students?
okay. Is it Telegram? Are you talking about the apps or you're talking
No, the
about
scams. The scams which use
apps?
different kind of techniques.
Phishing.
No, that's a different one. That's a technology. I'm talking about the scams, which most people might be aware of that. How many of you
Online
watch?
banking.
The financial.
No, you're telling me the applications or out results. How many of you watch movies, or how many of you read books, history books?
For the first one, answer is yes from many of us, sir.
So then the answer lies in that.
Is it money? Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
No, not money heist.
Uh, okay.
I am relating it with the history,
History. Okay.
ancient history. It's a movie as well. It's a very common thing. It should come instantly in mind with that.
Big Bull, sir.
No,
Oh, Harshad Mit. Uh,
no, that is a stock
that is a
scam. That's a different
the
thing. I'm
stock
talking about the cyber one. Come
cyber.
on, don't give up. What is the movie in which enemies get hidden and enter inside the inside the yeah, enemy's zone and win the entire battle. I'll give you a hint. The name of the actor is Brad Pitt. Okay, let me give you another thing. It's a vegetarian animal and it runs very fast.
Are you talking about the Trojan horse?
Which horse?
Trojan horse.
Absolutely. Bang on, Mahalakshmi. One is there. And another one is most in the entire world, which is the community which is known for most crimes and other things. That's the second hint. Okay, another hint is that it is in somewhere in Egypt, close to Egypt or in Egypt. That thing is developed in Egypt, from Egypt, and specifically confined or started from Egypt. Anybody have heard of Nigerian frauds?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe. Bolo
No, sir,
bhai.
you're not aware. I'm not aware of.
Other people, what about the other people? Are you guys
Like
Mahalakshmi
fee
and
scam,
Pavitra and all of you are aware of it?
about the like fee scams, sir.
Yes. Fees
Pirates.
scam, our Nigerian fraud, the different names of that. There is I think, I have not watched the series, but there's a series in Hindi, Jamtara, also based on that. So, so you guys are aware of it, right?
Yeah, sir.
Now,
Basically, they tell us to pay some fees amount and something like that.
yes, I'll come to that. Now when we talk about we'll come back to this slide later. Now, cyber attack, which we were talking about, I think you all are most clear what a cyber attack is. I clearly explained. And can you people give me an idea what is a bug? No, in the computer language. You're right. It's a
Um,
hole. But what exactly it means?
A problem or slight misfunctions in softwares.
Exactly. So, how do a human immune system work? So when or how do you defeat your opponent? You'll find the weakest spot and then hit, right? And by which you will try to take a
yes.
control of it. In the
Yeah.
same manner, the hacker or the cyber criminal or attackers, they'll find which is the weakest point in your system or organization network, and they'll attack there. So how will they attack? They'll by creating bugs and sending it in an encrypted form, in a packet form, SSL packeting, or whatever the technique they use to get inside the system. Obviously, the where the system or the strong strength is there, they will not be able to penetrate, or they will not be able to get into that. They'll find the weakest place, which is comparatively weak in comparison to other domains, and they'll attack there through a bug, through any kind of file, or any kind of which area which is vulnerable or open. Okay. So that is how the attackers exploit. That's the reason we always say, right now, never disclose your digital information in front of anyone. Never, when you're going in banks or ATM, have a watch that there is no plate over it, or always clean your digit format, because by there they will be able to trace your pins. And there have been many cases you might have heard in your news in day-to-day time. So that part is also coming under cyber, attack, because it's something related to your ATM and banking information. It's a common sense. If you don't cancel it, somebody will see it, or and they may get into your system, and again they will be able to take a control and vanish your financial information. So be careful while doing, whenever you're in ATMs and other things, check things, and based on that, use that. Any doubt in cyber attacks anybody have, or anybody when has a very good case to share with us?
Actually, my doubt is that see, generally these people will enter in the form of any apps or any mails or any files, as what you have said, sir.
Yes.
How should we differentiate uh, this? We might be thinking that it might be ordinary file, and we will be with some of innocence. We'll be opening it. How to detect the bug from a normal file, sir?
So that is something that the question which you've asked comes under phishing. So you'll have to be very observative to understand, because a phishing site or bug looks like exactly a replica of the parent site or parent software, but there will be any kind of difference in the entire application, or the website, because the website is copyrighted and cannot be cannot be copy pasted anywhere in the internet domain, and has to be modified and then used, else they will the parent site may file a copyright suit against them. So if you see that any kind of difference, minor difference, it will be a very minor difference. Like for example, there is a site which will look like a amazon.com, but it will not be exactly amazon.com or in, there will be some kind of spelling difference, logo and all, will everything will be same, but amazon ka amazon ho jayega, or some kind of spelling different ho jayega. There will be some domain which is not existing only. Most of us might have gotten a forwarded message called as amazon spin. To click that, you'll win a cash prize or something like that. The moment you'll click, your entire cash prize will go, your bank account will go. So in
So
the
often
site,
we get a message saying that we get a message saying that you forward the message to 20 people, you'll be getting a discount coupon or something like that.
that's what. Those are all fake, and
Uh,
hacking things should not be practiced, because with this you will lose your financial. You're putting the financial details at risk. At the same time, all those people who are getting those forwarded messages can get in touch with that risk.
yes,
So
sir,
all these kind, you
absolutely,
have to
sir.
check. How will you identify when you see that forwarded message? There is 110% chances that when you see it properly, you will find a difference. It cannot be exactly same. There will be a difference. There will be a color difference. There will be some kind of logo difference. There can be some kind of name difference, or there will be some kind of difference in the HTTP site or link which they have shared. The only key is of any kind of attack is to be alert and careful how your parent software or site looks like. If you will be casual, you will lose for sure. So you have to be in this period, in this era. Cyber attacks are not only performed by phishing or other things. They are using artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques to perform a cyber crime. There are technique. How many of you are in Instagram? Almost everyone.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
So how many of you have heard AI model called as Nikita? She is an influencer, doing a lot of branding, and often her ads and reels come. She is not a human, but she is an artificial intelligent creator, which looks like complete person, a real human being. That's the power of artificial intelligence by which many crimes can be done. Like, for example, I can take a voice sample of Mr. BB Rao and paste it and call a person and can do a crime which is related to voice embedding or another kind of fraud, right? For example, may call some random person at someone's family and copy pasted the voice, use the artificial intelligence and say that, I'm in danger, and this much amount needs to be transferred to my bank account or so. That's the power of artificial intelligence, which also comes under cyber attacks and cyber security. Like, for example, if some system is working on voice notes, I may just able to get a phone communication, get a recorded voice, join the pieces, and just enter in the system, or go back and see multiple videos of that person, take small sentences, break it, and make a proper sentence of the same person, and then use it. I can morph somebody's entire identity, and by the time it gets proved in court, damage is already done. That these all kind of things comes under internet attacks, or are related to cyber attacks. So your digital information is very vulnerable and exposed to most of the people, who are cyber thieves. So you have to be very careful what you put on internet, what you share in internet, and because it can be misused against you. So you have to identify those things, and based on that, most people who are less active is not a problem. The people who are more active and becomes famous is a problem for that. And any kind of people can get into your private space and do any kind of harm if you are not if your systems are not secured, and you are not wise enough or not educated enough to understand that what cyber technology is, or how it can impact your day-to-day life, if somebody is able to manages to get into your system. I am not able to remember that movie. Recently, that movie came in Netflix. I think was the actor was in this was Ananya Pandey, who was a famous who and her boyfriend was a famous influencer. How the entire thing goes against them, how their entire life goes against the entire thing by getting enrolled into artificial intelligence program, which was used to help them, but their personal information and everything was stolen, misused, and that's how they get into the systems and everything was gone. So that's how cyber attacks are done. Sometimes just they will get into your system and steal everything, and you will not be able to know, because once that information is stolen, the bug or the software is gone from the system. It's not traceable at all. That is how Trojan horse works. Okay, so if suppose you're playing a game, or you have downloaded a game, with that game a file or some kind of exe file or some kind of file will come, you will not notice, because you will not see any kind of changes in the system, and in the back end the Trojan will start working. The moment whatever the type of Trojan attack was there, when you go to that particular place or the site, the Trojan gets activated, steals the information, and gives to the hacker, and Trojan self-destroys itself. So you will not able to understand what exactly happened, how your financial statements, everything got leaked, or whatever kind of information the person wants, because the hacker will be able to create a clone of your system and will be able to control your entire system, whatever he or she wants to. That's how the Trojan horse works. Now, when I talk about Nigerian fraud, somebody said, yes, it's rightly said that it's a fee fraud. You'll get a email from, from a person stating that he or she is from Nigeria, prince, royal person, XYZ. The email looks very prominent and will tell you to give a amount of, take a token of fees, and based on that, a huge amount will be transferred to your email XYZ, and people will fall into that trap. The moment they'll click onto that link and pay that link, the person is gets vanished. That's the first stage. The second stage can also be there, that the person's entire financial amount gets hacked, and whatever the information the person has is gone. It comes in a form of email, and it will always have an attachment. It will be it can be a doc file, it can be a exe file, it can be a .rll file, can be any form of file. And once you open it and download it, to take a code from it, um, it either after using the code, or either after downloading the file, based on the malware the person has used, it will damage your security and will be able to steal your information. So there are many in the past cases reported in world about Nigerian frauds, but it's also called as email scams. Based on that, things have happened. Now, as we discussed about Trojans as well, Trojans basically include the different kind of Trojans. The basic Trojans basically includes to steal your password or gain a remote control access, or it can be used to delete or delete your entire information of the system. So it's something like formatting or erasing all information. Now, did anybody saw a movie of Hina Khan called as Hacked? Anyone? Or anyone has seen any cybercrime kind of movie?
So actually, a few minutes before you were mentioning about that Control movie from Netflix.
No,
So I have
that's
watched.
okay. Yes, you have seen that, right?
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell the story about it? Not the romantic part of it, but the cyber part of
So actually, a company makes an AI model, sir,
it.
which helps in day-to-day activities like chat GPT and other stuff. But this AI is can contact and speak to each other. Like, it's like a artificial person which can interact with people. So it does day-to-day jobs. So slowly, what happens is the computer takes the AI takes control of the device, and it tries to manipulate the data and delete things. So I
Exactly.
think it's a type of Trojan, if I'm not wrong, sir.
No, no, no. That's not a Trojan. That is a AI control. That's a different thing. Trojan will be never through AI. So, taking control, remote access, AI can also do, but a
Okay, sir.
Trojan is a traditional way of hacking system. AI will is something, the one which which you and I was discussing is, you have voluntarily given the control. Trojan is not never a voluntary given a control. You have enrolled in an artificial program for your day-to-day life, and and better many things on that, and you have checked in the terms and condition which is there, which clearly specifically mentions that they will be using your data and information. It will be written in very small letters. None of us pay much of attention to it. So, with that consent, AI takes over Ananya Pandey's entire system. So when if you see that her boyfriend when send a text to her that they want to meet to XYZ place, the AI which is generated by the company for which she was working for sees the message, see the person as potential threat, erases the message, and send the information back to the company owner. And that's how they trace the person and murders him. And the entire blame comes over Ananya Pandey because she could not see the messages. It was gone. And by the time she got to know, it was too late. The person was murdered.
Yeah, sir.
So that is how AI that program has the person, the user has given self control to the system. You're giving your information directly by known or unknown consent, because you there are terms and condition you're going through and a proper channel by which you're giving control, which most of the e-commerce sites or your emails, every company does. Your Facebook, in your Instagram, Gmail, Amazon, whatever company you're using, may use the information in form of the form which you fill, which is for the e-commerce giant is private and confidential, which cannot be used. But for different sites which you are not aware, which is not known, and people using it for fun, can be misused. So that's the reason why in companies in countries like UK or countries like America, there is a law called as Data Protection Act law, which I'm not sure is there in India or not. But in most of even Mark Zuckerberg was questioned in court and had to pay a huge fine on the Data Breach Act, because when it got to know that the company is using the personal information for the reasons, he was questioned in the court, and there was a case on him. So it's widely available in internet. You can read about the case and can know about it more. But that is how things happens. But these all are is something which is directly or indirectly you are made aware of it. But Trojan is something which you are not aware, which for which your consent is not taken. For example, you have a flair for video games. You have downloaded a very good game. Okay. With that, the person has application has an inbuilt file, exe file or something file. It will sneak inside your system with the game. You're playing in video game and all the information is going to that person who has sent you that file. जितने बार आप गेम खेलोगे उतने बार आपके सिस्टम आपके तरफ से इंफॉर्मेशन विल गो टू देम. So it is something like the Trojan will, develop a network of viruses in your system, and it may crack your system. Okay, and it does not have to be opened or closed. It will get installed automatically. That's how dangerous the Trojans are. So they may come as a spammer, they will come with an application. So you have to always be careful. Whatever you're downloading it, see what kind of file it is. Is it related to the software or not, or what kind of thing it is? Or you should have a strong firewall or kind of security features to detect it. Now these days, most of the people have McAfee or Norton or different kind of the virus protectors or Trojan protectors in their systems. But the moment you create a security for it, there are people who are sitting to crack it. So you have to keep on updating your security system time to time with the kind of development we are having. Okay. Any kind of doubt in that?
No, sir.
Sir, the once we are having any kind of this McAfee or Kaspersky, are we very sure that we are getting protected from all this malware, sir?
That is something. You tell me one thing. In India, what is the most secure jail is known as called as the most secure jail in India?
Tihar, sir.
Yes. Hadn't been the cases where the people were able managed to sneak out from the Tihar jails.
Yes, 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 sir.
The same is with the security. There's a, I think Netflix में movie भी out a Black Warrant or something like that. Anyhow, but the the more stronger network you have, networking system you have, the more जैसे जैसे आपका system, your system is getting updated, security system is getting updated. The similar manner, the hackers and the other people are developing their systems and their technology. What can anybody tell me what basically viruses are? The common form of virus, how, I mean, if you are all a computer science students, how a virus program can be created, the basic program by which coding technique the viruses can be created, basic man, not in advance. How many of you know C language, C, C++?
Sir, we are a combination of both arts and science with less science, sir.
No, but you might have heard about letter C, right? The
Yeah,
language
yeah, 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 yeah.
programming.
C, C++,
Yes, sir. Yes.
Java.
So when I say a basic thing of viruses, they work on pointers. If somebody has read C programming language, there is a concept called as pointers, and in that destructive programs are created. So, basic the same way the programming languages or the codes are created based on that, and sometimes you never know that the program you're running is actually a virus. You create a program, you've used pointers in that or different kind of variabilities or things in your programming skill, and the moment you run it online, it becomes a virus. There are many programs in let us see book or the different books in the pointer chapter or different chapters which are actually a virus programs. If you run them online, compile, post, and if and you create a file, it will become a virus. It can be used the way you want to and control it. That's how the people create a virus by open source or different thing. They'll try to see that virus, what is virus and how it is created. They'll find the main, they'll read the programming codes and all, and based on that they will design a program which is a bug, or which looks like a bug, but it's not a bug. It's information leaker. You might have seen in the past when we had Windows system, we used to get a lot of pop-up bars, dhang 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 karke. So many of square boxes used to come, or still comes. If anything is hanging, you continuously click on okay, 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 okay. There's so many windows, but you have to close one by one all. Did something like that happened with someone ever?
Yeah, sir. Like continuous होते रहते हैं. Yeah.
So that's how it means that someone is trying to intrude and your system is trying to protect. The number of times you click on OK or something, the information is getting passed. At that time, the best thing is to disconnect the system from internet and restart rather than clicking on each and every box, because it might not be an error box. It looks like an error box. It is not an error box. Now, any doubt in that?
Sir, in this case, is it okay to switch off our PC and get switch it on again, or should we cut the internet, sir?
Mm, how is it different? If you shut down the system, the internet will get automatically get closed. You Okay, let me give an example. Uh, I have controlled your system.
Uh,
Okay. Will you be able to do anything with your system and if it is online?
uh, is it partially yes, sir?
No. I
Hundred
have the
percent.
remote access.
Okay, okay. Then I'll not be. I'll not be able to.
Exactly, right? So the only way to disconnect is through hard disconnection, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what. So if the pop-ups are continuously coming, and you have to you're closing, and they're not finishing it, that means that your system is
Being hacked or
got
something.
compromised, and
Yes.
your antivirus software is cracked.
Uh,
So you will not be able to do anything with with through softwares.
okay. So hardware has to be controlled by us.
Yes. So you
Okay.
obviously the laptop, I mean you can control your laptop. उतना advanced hacking आपका नहीं होगा कि आपका hardware भी control कर ले इंसान.
Okay, sir.
So so that is one thing which you can do is that you can force shut down your system and then run a scan to throughout the system and then see that if any kind of file is there or something is there, you can get it. It will usually your Norton virus or any kind of antivirus or malware will show that there is a malware, but sometimes we ignore it because if we close it, that site will not work or that game will not work. We ignore those kind of notifications which our antiviral software is giving it to us. Okay, so what exactly the cyber criminals do is they use different social engineering techniques or trick, like I said, and the malware, malicious software will get installed. Like these kind of pop-ups will come, so many banners will come, or you will find a attractive, fancy banner in your site automatically coming. And human being a curious person will click over it, and the moment you click over it, you start sharing information with the hacker. So you have to be careful what you're clicking and what you're not clicking. Now, another way is that attachments. Some files will come attached. Like Nigerian fraud I talk about, there will be some advertising files to emails to you which will have a code or something like that where you have to copy paste in your Google Play or your GPay, and you'll get a discount of XYZ amount, or you'll get a coupon. If you use this coupon, you'll get this. First of all, these information will never be shared by you by the parent companies. They have a different ways. It will not come in that format to you. It will come directly to your app. Like how many of you use GPay? How many of you use GPay for paying?
Sir,
Yes.
I do.
Everyone, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. Me also, sir.
You using or you don't use?
We do use, sir.
Uh,
You're using, right?
yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, how many of you seen scratch cards of green color, orange color, or something? Some codes which when you scratch it, you'll get a code, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So such kind of information will come in the inbuilt app by the seller directly to you. They will not email you. They will not send a advertising anywhere. Okay. So so you should know about it. Like Amazon will never send you spinning game email or message to your email address or different place in your mobile number or WhatsApp. If Amazon has a game or any kind of there, it will be there in the direct main website itself or in the Amazon app. If it is not there, that means it's a phishing. It's a phishing activity. So do not forwarded messages coming to you without verifying or without understanding it. They may have a Trojan or malicious file on that. Do not open a file of an email address which looks like of your friend, but it is not of your friend. Like I'll get an email of BB. I will get a email of Roy7789 at the rate oxford.com. Roy is my friend. I mean, okay, I know him very well. ID card is also, as photograph is also there. But it should click on your head, na, वो Oxford कब चला गया? When did he went to Oxford?
That's
There is any kind of email of Oxford or not. So that kind of brain should work. I mean, I may think that is my friend and he has sent an email to me, some attachment. There will be some casual mail, hey, please fill my questionnaire or something like that. And in an innocence, you'll open it, your entire system is being hacked. Just you read half information and half you left. These are the common mistakes people do. So you have to be vigilant and careful what you're opening and how you're opening because it's not necessary. And then there's some application bound attacks. Like there will be some Trojan sent to your system only to attack your financial system. There will be some Trojan sent to your system which is only to attack your social media information or some different things. You might have seen many people are crying their Instagram got hacked, their Facebook got hacked, or their Gmail got hacked, and Gmail is not able to retrieve their password. Instagram is not able to retrieve and get the control back to the user. Why? Or we might have seen you get a call and immediately after a call you're not getting OTPs. You're not getting OTPs in the emails as well. Why? When you go to the when you go and see your email settings, if you get your control back, you'll find that there is a backup number got added, and all your emails, OTPs, and everything is getting routed there. Most of us have received a call that there's a call from telecom department blah 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 blah, don't click on that, this, and the moment and you'll the jitna aap sunte ja rahe ho utna they're gathering information. The moment you'll disconnect the call, your phone, your SIM get mapped to the person who's giving you a call, and whenever you try to enter your username password in the banking app, you will not get the OTP. You will not get the OTP in the email because the backup email and the mobile number OTP is changed and that person is getting OTP. That's how the telephone cybercrime happens. So never share your personal information or any kind of thing, or do not talk to the marketing people, whom you are not aware of. Do not install apps like what you call Truecaller or something like that, because most of your Telegram or Truecallers or something like that, because most of your information gets stolen from there. Any other doubt in this section, or any other information you would like to share with me?
Nothing, sir. Perfect, sir.
Okay. Now, when we talk about how many types of Trojans we have, the most common Trojans which we use is one is Rakni Trojan, second is Tiny Banker Trojan, and the third is U or Zbot. I think your generation people might have heard lot of about Zbot. It comes along with many games as well. So when I talk about Rakini Trojan, it's basically designed to attack your system which utilize the bitcoins. How many of you know bitcoins? What is bitcoins?
Form of cryptocurrency, sir.
Exactly. So people and anybody has has done trading in bitcoins or what do you call bitcoins only. Anybody has done trading in that?
Sir, one of my students got exploited. He thought of buying the Bitcoin, but
Hmm.
actually he landed up in buying something which is not a Bitcoin, sir. And he also referred some other friends of his. So they all
Hmm.
purchased the Bitcoin in the same platform. When they're trying to do the transaction or when they're trying to get the value back, they understood that they got scammed.
That is what is called as ransomware. So they are these Rakni Trojans. थोड़ा सा different है. Is the Trojan which is designed to attack people who trade in bitcoins. So it will attack the system. It will find the source of information related to the bitcoins or the apps. The moment you get into that, it will start working on that, start stealing information, and sooner and later the other person, the hacker, gets the control of the Bitcoin account. So that is how Rakini Trojan works. It's designed specifically for the people to attack the people who trade or has a huge amount of bitcoins with them. Now, when it comes, there's another Trojan which specifically attacks on the banking information. That is tiny banker, as the name says. So whenever it comes along in your in your system, and whenever you access the banking information, the Trojan gets activated, steals the information like your username, password, and gives away to the hacker. And that's how the financial frauds happens. Now, the third and the foremost, which your generation and your kids might be knowing, is Zeus or Zbot. It's a toolkit which the hackers use to target mainly financial service. It's a kind of tiny banker is a kind of a Z-bot of today's generation. So what will happen is that they will steal the information through the source code in kind of keystroke logging or grabbing. Like I gave an example, like for example, I entered in Pavitra's system. I mean, I saw Pavitra doing things with her system, and I catch hold her pattern of entering the username and password, keystroke logging, and from which I picked up what her password or information is, and I will be able to get information and use it against her will in a different system. So that is something like you can say manual cheating, but it is applied on internet or devices, electronic device. It becomes a part of hacking. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Nothing, sir. No, sir.
Now, when I talk about most common type of cyber attacks, so somebody mentioned that phishing and all. Can anybody reiterate and tell me what is phishing? We've discussed a lot. Can somebody reiterate what is phishing? It's written there, but don't go as per the word. Just tell me as per your basic understanding.
Yes, so phishing is like they send fake messages, false messages, and
Right.
impersonating some company and try to trick the people into doing something.
Exactly, exactly. So it will be something like, say, Facebook look like website, and over that there will be some banner And the moment you'll click on that, your information gets hacked and being stolen. What is the difference between phishing and spoofing? Can anybody tell me? Try. Anybody try? Phishing, you told, you people mentioned. What is spoofing? Can anybody tell me? Just at least give it a try.
So phishing is a technique used to get information. Spoofing is the process of creating fake identities or false identities to
No.
mimic
No,
someone.
no, 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 no. Try again. Google करके बताओ. You all have phones with you, right? Phones and a system. Google it and tell me. Phishing is, the process you're using. Spoofing is activity. What is the difference between process and activity? What is the difference between process and activity? Spoofing and phishing go side by side, right? So without spoofing, phishing will not happen. Without phishing, spoofing will not. So false messages you're sending it, and by which you're gathering information is a process of phishing. Spoofing is a technique by which phishing is done. Now Google it and tell me, understand and answer me. Who's taking the ownership? Anybody? I gave you the access to, I gave you the authority to check in the Google and answer. ना उसमें तो इतना time नहीं लगेगा.
एक और बार आप रिपीट कर सकते हैं कैसे क्वेश्चन?
Yes, I am asking. My question is, what is the difference between phishing and spoofing? Phishing is a process. Phishing is a process and spoofing is a technique. That's the basic. Now tell me what is the difference between phishing and spoofing. You can Google it and tell me. Google it, understand, and then tell me.
Sir, phishing is a type of scam that uses spoofing to trick people into giving away sensitive information. And as you told, spoofing is a technique used by cyber criminals, sir, to impersonate a trusted person or entity.
So, spoofing is a cyber criminal technique which is used, which looks like a legitimate, a source of information, or the legitimate source which is sending you, the information or the codes and everything. That is what. How do we spoof in? What exactly the English meaning of spoofing? You spoofed into my life. What does it mean? You entered in my life and you started uh, you know taking my private information, my life and everything. स्पूफ इन करने का मतलब है कि बिना पूछे आपकी लाइफ के अंदर घुस जाना. That is the basic meaning. Phishing is something like you're sending a message, and then through which you're trying to take information. Spoofing does not go that way. Spoofing will directly come inside and will start taking information from you. Will not even get to know about it. Is it clear?
Yeah, sir.
So, for example, if I have to spoof into your information, so what say I you're a student, you have written GMAT or GRE, some kind of exam, and I managed to get the identity of IIM's Calcutta or very bigger brand college, and communicates you as a brand to you and get inside your system. So this is a cyber crime activity where I'm imposing myself as IIMs. I'm not IIMs. I'm getting all the information. I'm spoofing inside, everything, every information. Whereas phishing is one of the part of that entire activity. Like I have imposed myself Amazon website and I have, or any Facebook website, and I'm sending you message, and I'm fooling people and taking information, or use it the way I want to, by selling your information or by using your financial information. So phishing is one of the part of cyber activity, and is a process. Now, anybody can tell me what is a ransomware? It's a malware. It's written over there, but how does it works? How many of you have antivirus softwares in their systems? Everyone?
Yes.
So I think we all have that system built soft like malware person.
So it is something, which ransomware is something what information which your personal information is there. It will encrypt the entire information, and you will not be able to decrypt until unless a specific amount of money is paid to the hacker. So you just imagine that to get your information or get your life back in internet or a digital format, you have to pay for it, for your own information, to decode it. Just imagine your Aadhaar card, every detail which is there in internet becomes decoded. You know it, it's obviously your Aadhaar card number and other things, but whatever platform they are required, you're not able to upload it because they become encrypted and needs to be decoded, and for that amount is to be paid. How will you feel like? Won't you get frustrated?
Yeah, so
So that is how the main concept of ransomware is. It's a malware that encodes a casualties information. Casualty means you, victim, and requesting a payoff for decoding. So whatever your personal information and other things are there, to have it decoded, you need to pay to them so that you can have that information back. So it is a type of malware. Is it clear? Now, when I talk about malware is a vindictive programming which is used to damage or take advantages of your framework. What is a framework? What is a framework? Basic understanding के हिसाब से बताओ. What is a framework of any system?
a template or a blueprint kind of thing. So
Exactly. So, what the malware will find the easiest way to get inside the system. It can be infections, like infections, because the terms are like that. Worms and trojans and viruses are basically medical terms which works like they work on human body, and that's the reason they are named as that. So they will come in your system and they will damage that. There can be different kind of all these trojans, worms, bugs. Most of them will come under malwares. Now, refusal of administration, which in DOS is something like overburdening a framework or organization with traffic disturb. Like you will get so much of information or so much of bombardment in your system that you will not be able to manage. Your framework will crack down, break down, and the system will give up. That is what the refusal of administration is. Now, how we can make our system strong? We have already discussed that in the beginning of our slides. That if we have a strong password, if we have a multi-factor authentication, regular updates, data encryption, strategy, then we can, or we will have good firewalls, antivirus softwares, or if you're if you're owner of an organization, your employees are well aware of what is Trojan, what is Nigerian fraud, or what is cyber security, cyber attacks, social engineering techniques. They will be able to understand and save your system. A secure Wi-Fi network, obviously not shared, and phishing. Did anybody got to know about the charger hacking process, which got viral a lot in airports or in the public place? किसी ने सुना है ये
Yes.
case? What is
हाँ
the
सर.
case like? What is the process like? How your phone gets hacked through by charging your phone in public network?
I think they have some device, inbuilt device inside that point or something.
No. How many of
So the
you have
USB
studied
charging ports are there.
Java or something like that in their entire life? Anybody has studied?
No, sir.
Okay. So there is something called as socket layer programming. I will not go in detail. It's something like that, which works through your topology, or it works through packet to packet transfer. So when you put, they have done these kind of things in the open network, which is synced with the device where you're charging your phone in the public forum, and that's how they're able to manage. So it's not device they have added, it's the network they have already hacked. Got my point?
Yeah, sir.
So you should never charge your phone at public places like आपका कोई कैफे हुआ, या फिर आप any railway station or um, airport or these places, because the networks might be compromised. They're open source. So careful with that. And phishing awareness should be there. Back up your data always. Most of the softwares which we use in our daily to daily life, they automatically back up our things, like WhatsApp do, Gmail does. Your photographs and everything get saved in cloud. And but if there are other works which you are doing, whatever work you are doing, your data, it must be kept as a backup. There should be a backup for that also, so that in case if you lose, you will be able to access that. All right. And just a minute, let's go to the first slide where we end. So how do cybersecurity, what does cybersecurity strategies include? First, we should need to have strong firewalls, means good antivirus system or cyber crime protecting system. a proper inscription process, multi-factor authentication, like in the previous slide we discussed. And as digital threats evolve, cyber security should be there should be proactive training for each institutes, colleges, to have an understanding how it is. Like this was a class to make you understand what exactly basics of very basics of security is and cyber attack is. The advanced form is far difficult, and but it is very interesting. Can anybody tell me one of our youngest ethical hacker known in the history, who was at the age of 13 managed to hack US systems? He's an Indian. We have read many of his books. Now he is a grown-up boy, but he was one of the pioneer in ethical hacking.
Sir, I don't exactly remember, but I think it's Omkar something. I don't.
No, no. Google it. You'll know. Let's see what Google Baba says.
ऑन कार सोना वेली दिखा रहा है सर.
No. He might be one of that, but he didn't have. In which year?
So it was Jonathan James, right?
No, no, I'm talking about Indian. And I'm talking about ethical hacking. He is also a motivational speaker. Another example I can give is to help you in understanding. He is a white hat computer hacker. Red hat is for the Linux. White hat computer hacker. Search with this.
It's Ankit, right?
Pura naam, full name.
Ankit Faida. Faida something.
Fadia.
Yeah.
So he is the person who was able to manage to get into the American system, security systems at the age of 13. We all engineers study his book, called as Ethical Hacking, which he, I think, wrote when he was 14 or 15 years old. Now he's 39 years old. So, I just imagine the power at that time when he did this thing. Hacking and other things were not that much, famous. And with this, I conclude. If anybody has any doubts or questions, they may ask.
Not subject related, sir.
Okay, we can ask normal question also.
Sir, I went through your profile and all, sir, and I got to know about your famous book called Introduction to Blue Ocean Strategy.
Blue Ocean
Like,
strategy is something management.
sir, we are
So
management students only, sir, so wanted to know
I
about
was
it.
told about the I was told that it is on cybersecurity stuff. So Blue
Uh,
Ocean strategy is something, and there are two strategies basically, Red Ocean and Blue Ocean. So Red Ocean is something like where everyone is there, your market is saturated, there's too much of competition, you don't have anything over there to you don't have any new thing to sell off. Okay. Whereas Blue Ocean strategy is something which is you focuses on the products which are new and the uh, competitors are less.
okay, sir.
So that is, I mean, something like that. You when you say that now I'm bleeding red, what does it mean? I'm bleeding red. I'm like I'm badly hurt, injured, right?
Correct, sir.
Blue means Indian cricket team, right? When you say we bleed blue, Indian cricketer team, that's heart of our every sports person who loves cricket and all. So it's something like that where you do not have enough room, you do not have enough scope to develop your product. Your market is full. Then you need to deviate and do something new. That is what about Blue Ocean strategy is.
Okay, sir.
So that's a basic thing, and वैसे तो बहुत बड़ा concept है. There are different graphs and other things. उसके लिए पूरा एक अलग session लग जाएगा. But
Sir, we would love to listen about it, sir. एक और session में.
whenever you want, you have any doubt, you can reach out, and I'll be happy to share about it. Because I am always available in my online. You can see that I'm a pretty active person in all field, not in one field. So that's because I believe to have a more understanding on the same topic, I will suggest you to go through a book called written by Rainy Mod Bunch, something like that. The name is very tough. I'm sorry about that. You can note down the spelling. I'm also reading by that. Renee, and Maurg, and W. Chan Kim. Both are the co-authors, same authors. You'll have a very good understanding. The book is very good, and it's available in all the selling platform. If you want to have an understanding, do read it. In YouTube, whenever you get time, I have already small form of it I have added in my YouTube channel. It's free of accessible. You can always go and see that there. A small presentation is there. You'll have an idea what is the basics of red ocean strategy and blue ocean strategy. You can Google it by my name. I mean, YouTube में you can put my name and blue ocean strategy सामने लिख देना. You'll get a detailed my presentations, and one of that is this.
Okay, sir.
But
We'll,
but do
we'll
read
share.
this book, which I'm recommending you, which comes around I think 890 rupees.
So can you
Um,
repeat the name of the book, sir?
W. Chan is the author. Blue Ocean Strategy is the name only. There's no other name. Blue
Okay.
Ocean Strategy by W. Chan.
Okay,
Sorry.
sir. Bharat, can you please mute?
No, it's okay.
तो पता है
Yes.
हाई पावर्ड बैटरी नहीं होता इनमें तो जन की फायदे का मच्छर बैट लगा जाल पे
Bharat, can you
The
mute, bro?
name of
Bharat,
the author is W. Chan.
Okay, sir.
And the book is Blue Ocean Strategy. That's the best book you can ever get for Blue Ocean and Ocean Strategy to learn. I read it when I was in my MBAs long back. So it's a not a thick book, normal book, and it's a wonderful book. Your concept will be clear, and after reading that, you can see my presentation, or you can see my presentation before. It's up to you. I have taken it from there only, that information, and try to create a presentation over there. Long back when I think I was in my first or second year of my PhD.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions apart from Blue Ocean and Red Ocean strategy? Other questions you can also ask. I have no problem. My domain is IT, psychology, management. You can ask, you can whatever you want to ask in these three fields, I'll be happy to answer.
Sir, do you have like logistics maybe आप करते हो ना, sir? Like your
Mhm.
present role is shipping and development escalation specialist.
Yes, that's for the world.
Okay.
Yes, I do. That's my
So,
the job role. If you're seeing it from Insta or LinkedIn, yes, that's my role.
so wanted to know like about logistics and few stuff. Like Abhi, after doing this degree, like BBA, what course or what should I pursue if I'm interested in logistics? That is.
That you're doing your graduation, you're graduation student or a post graduation student?
Sir, I'm a UG student, currently doing BBA.
Okay, so whatever the graduation students are here who are listening over there in the call, work for 2 years and then do your masters. Do not do before working. Do not come to post graduation. Basic answer. Second thing
Yes.
is that if you want to excel, what is your specialization in BBA?
So now I'm currently doing marketing, sir. Digital marketing, service marketing.
Mhm. Have you heard something related to neuromarketing?
No, sir.
Then you are not aware of 21st century marketing, dear. Neuromarketing is something you might have there might be a subject called as consumer behavior in your course, right?
Yeah, sir.
So neuromarketing is developed from there. How you use technology and consumer behavior as a blend to get more seller, sorry, more consumer based on their buying behavior using medical science. Mm, how many of you have heard about Amazon Go? Amazon Go in US and many other places is an outlet which works on expert system and automation, complete automation. There will be no cashier or nobody in the store. You'll get into the store. You'll pick up an item, put it in your bag. The moment you put it in your bag, it will get it added to your Amazon cart. You'll move ahead, and then all those items will get added to your cart. And if you do not want an item, when you put the item back to the place, it gets minus out the way you work in your app. And when you go out of the outlet, the amount get cashed and get you, the amount get deducted from your account, and that's how the entire outlet works on its own. There's no cashier, there's no other thing. It's free of your the way you want to do things. That is one thing. It's a part of automation process. Now, to be more specific to neuromarketing, like for example, I entered in a shop. Okay, I saw this phone. Okay, and I made an expression like this. There is a camera over there. The camera will capture my expression. There will be facial expert. They will try to understand what is the meaning of that expression is. And based on that, they will be able to identify whether I like this product or I dislike this product. If I dislike the product, then they will try to understand with the neurological devices, the things, or by zooming, what kind of expression it was. Like for example, if we like something, okay, our eye pulse ratio is very high. Or if we do not, we strongly like or dislike something, our hair gets stand. जिससे बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में रोंगटे खड़े हो जाना, gets stand. Thermal energy we produce, and like that different kind of things appears with which the experts tries to understand that whether the person is liking or disliking an item. Based on that, they will modify the entire package, and then they will again experiment and try to understand whether the number of people are liking this kind of combinations more or not. This is something which is done without the knowledge of the customer. Now there are certain experiments also done with the help of fMRI, EEG, which is your brain scanners, and MRIs. They'll see how your neurons or your brains are reacting to a particular product, likes and dislikes. It will be a way. It will be echogram will be there. with which the marketer will be able to understand, because the neuro specialist will decode and tell that with this color combination or this type of product, the people are liking or this person is liking or dislike. Based on the data, entire data which they research, they do, they will be able to modify the entire product. So there are basically key players in that. One is neuro vendor, and the second is neuro sender. Neuro vendor are the people who basically deals into neuro marketing, whereas neuro senders are the people who do neurological research on consumer behaviors for different customers. I mean, different companies. Like, as for example, I'm from Facebook, and I do not have time to do these kind of things. I'm a very busy person. I'll go to a neuro center and tell them that, this is a project you have to do, and you have to find me these number of people, this is the lab, this is the access, please utilize and give me the results. Those are the neuro centers. This is the basic one of the marketing techniques which we are using in all bigger companies to attract more people through science, neurological science.
Okay, sir.
You can take it, but India में उतना न्यूरो मार्केटिंग के बारे में नॉलेज नहीं है, आपको बाहर जाना पड़ेगा पढ़ने के लिए. बट उससे पहले you have to have a very strong knowledge in consumer behavior. Buyer behavior क्या होते हैं? What is impulsive buyer? What kind of different buyers are there? And how a person buy certain kind of thing. Impromptu buyer है, सोच समझ के buy करता है, या फिर किस तरीके से चीजें वो करता है. You have to understand the consumer behavior both in consumer marketing as well as in service marketing. Then only you will be able to implement neuro marketing in service industry as well as in the consumer industry.
Okay, sir.
But for that, you need to have at least 2 to 3 years of work experience in marketing. And if I'm talking about marketing, not in sales. Sales is different and marketing is different.
Yes, sir.
Any other question? Sorry? If not, then we can wrap up.
Yeah, one second. My dear children, do you have any questions, my dear children?
No, sir.
I
Thank
hope
you
the
so much, sir.
session was fruitful and you enjoyed. That's the
We
main.
enjoyed the session a lot, sir. It was very clearly explained, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was
I
a very
didn't
clear
wanted to
step-by-step.
go for the technical jargons because I even if the people was tech savvy, I would have gone to the simplest level only because I believe in simplicity, not the complex thing. If you understand simple,
Definitely,
then
sir.
you'll be able to complex yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's the thing.
sir.
Take care and have a wonderful day, all of you,
Thank you, sir.
and hope to get
Thank
connected
you.
again soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
Most,
so much, sir.
most welcome.